Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Mielabraika. Today I'm looking at a phrase, Higdil, Yehovah Leashot, and great things Jehovah does, great things he has done for them. He's done great things for us. So it's a psalm. We're looking at Psalm 126 here, a couple of the verses there. This is a hifil. A hifil is a causative. Now, in Hebrew studies, hifils tend to get pushed towards the end of the course because they're a little bit harder to distinguish, a little bit harder to understand, but they're very important. I remember the one course I took in Jerusalem. The prof would always applaud very, very effusively whenever we would spot a hifil. Okay, that's a hifil. Yeah, good, super. Good to see that you can see it. So. Nowadays we're a little bit lazy, I will say. We'll let the apps find our hifils for us. So if you see an app that says hifil, okay, here's this study right now will help you a little bit as to what that is. Okay, what's a hifil? Okay, here it is. Causative and often a sense, a little bit more of an intensification of what's happening. Okay, things are moving along, things are getting shoved along, things are happening. So, and here, of course, with Jehovah, great things are happening. So this is it's one of the ways Hebrew poetry and Hebrew language does things for us in terms of intensifying things and making things happen. That's why it's such a useful form here. Hifil is causative, and we look for often a hey it starts at the front. Isn't always necessary because sometimes hifil is just formed with the context or just with the hirik. Also looking for a hirik. And this time around, we've got all of the elements of a hifil here. And I'll say that because, but don't always expect all of the elements. Sometimes you're missing a few things here and there. But here we do have all of the elements, okay? Hig, dil, okay? That's a hey at the front, okay, hifil, and then a hirik here and a hirik there, okay? So both of them are in place. It can still be a hifil even if you're missing a hirik here, or usually the hirik does appear in the second syllable. At least the second syllable carry hirik to let you know it's a hifil. Yeah, the front one might be something else, but anyway, the second one usually has the hirik to tell me it's a hifil. Hifil is a causative, and this is a great thing. The word is based on the adjective. This is a verb here, okay, to do good things or to do great things or to make something great. And it's based on the adjective gadol, okay, gimel dalet lamed, which is big, large, okay. So as an adjective is very simple to spot. It's there, and sometimes that adjective is pulled into nouns like a migdal, the tower, and so yeah, it can be also used in a noun sense. But this is the verbal sense of doing something big, doing something grand, doing something powerful. So. And notable. So great things. See it here in Psalm 126, verses 2 and 3. Az yimale. Okay, this is actually a nifel right here. We start with the nifel, which is reflexive or passive. Okay, filled. Okay, is filled. Az. You can start with just sort of saying it the way as so, or as when, or as then. Okay, as yimale, zahok. Okay, this is laughter. Onomatopoeia. We find it also in the name Isaac. Okay, Isaac, to cry out to loud, audible laughter. Okay, zok. Finu, filled our mouth. Now. We have a series of first-person plural suffixes here. We have one here, we have one there, we have one over here, we have one over here. So the passage begins, it's a package here. Passage begins with it opening up with first-person plural endings, and it closes off the same thing over here. So this is mouth, our mouth with our tongue, okay? And this is with us, and we are, okay? So the very noticeable news on the end here for first-person plural endings on these set of four words right here. So yeah, finu, that's our mouth, and our tongue, rini. This is also with joy, shouts of joy, also somewhat of onomatopoeia, rini, okay, rini, as, just as. Omoru, okay, they say, Bagoyim, among the nations. Okay, as it said, among the nations. They just sort of a general third person. This is what has been said, or they would say, just sort of the public thing here. So Begoyim, nations. Usually at this point in time, or in the Psalms, these are the other nations, all the other nations, surrounding nations. In the start of Genesis, Goy or Goyim would also include the nation of Israel. We can say that as well, but usually it's the other nations. So Begoyim, Higdil, okay, great things. This is to make great, okay. So subject, of course, in both of these lines here. In fact, these two first three words are all exactly parallel. In fact, all the way out to the im. So Higdil, Jehovah, leashot im, and then Higdil, Jehovah, leashot im, okay, imanu. Okay, so to cause, to make great. Okay, that's the causative hifal form that we're seeing here. We see it with the hey, see it with the hidik here at the front, the hidik in the middle, and so cause to make great. Yehovah, lasot, the things that are done, the things that are done. This is a construct, plural, infinitive with a nominative purpose in the front of it, and to do, okay, to do those things. Im, with, okay, very well known preposition, and ela, with them, and we're going to, every time you see a demonstrative pronoun, take a look at where it connects. And it's going to connect most naturally with goyim here, with them, with the nations. Great things the Lord does with those nations. And then the phrase is repeated again, and it's kind of an interesting the swap out that happens right here from here to here. So it's Higadil Yehovah Lashot im Ela. Higadil Yehovah Lashot im Manu. Okay, wow. And this one's actually getting pretty easy to spot. I hope it's getting easy for you, because Emmanuel, okay, God is with us, okay, but God is with us here. Doesn't have the El here, as we would say in other parts of Isaiah, but here it is, Imanu, okay, with us. And then head on to first person plural verb form of haya. Of course, in the haya, happens quite often with this verb. The second portion of the second hey that's here, gone out the window with hokupe in its place. This yod is carrying it. Yod just helps us a little bit to pump up the plural of it. See, the construct plurals will have this. But anyway, hayi yenu, okay, hayinu. So if you're going to look at how this yod hey is, or the yod is happening here, the hay will be an open syllable with the comets. The yod here will start out as a consonant, okay, yi, and then so a consonant, and then the hidik yod together, matres lecciones as a hidik, as a vowel. So take this one as a consonant, take this one as a vowel. Okay, hiyenu. So we will be shim him. Okay, we are. Well, let's leave it in the present tense here. Hininu, shim him. We are happy. We're glad. Happiness. Okay. Adjective in the plural form. Okay. This would be predicate adjective. We are happy. We are very happy. Okay. So the adjective modifies the condition of what we have here with this verb. Very happy. Beautiful condition to be in, because we recognize the works of God in our lives. Works of God in the lives of the nations, works of God in our lives, that brings us certainly to great happiness. We find this in the New Testament when the church had received the Holy Spirit in Pentecost, and then what the result of all that was, every day they devoted themselves to meeting together in the temple courts, broke bread from house to house. They were from house to house, and they ate their food with joyful and with a humble heart. Joy was very much a condition of the early church, and I would say should also be very much a condition of the present church. And we have got lots of good reasons to be joyful. God has given us salvation. Jehovah is working great things. God has sent His Son to save us, and we see here then also the presence of the Holy Spirit in our lives. That also is motivation for being a joyful Christian. So the Lord does great things for us, and because of that, we enjoy a joyful life, knowing that He is doing good things for us. God bless and God sustain you in this day, and may you also be a joyful person, knowing that Jehovah is with you at all times. May God bless.